What felt like a useless piece of advice until you actually tried it? Clean as you cook. Dishes right away. And 10 minutes every day walking through the house picking things up, organizing. So much better than hours of cleaning on one day. Compliment people behind their backs. Sounds stupid but works wonders. I'd never say this to her face, but she's a wonderful person and a gifted artist. I'm not a racist, but I think everyone should be treated equally. Turn it off and turn it back on. This applies to everything that has a computer or any sort of electronic. People laugh at me when I ask them, have you tried turning it off and back on again? Quote, yes, but when that's all your IT office knows how to do. Fans on my old MacBook died. Saw a YouTube video that said to simply take your fist and bang on the part of the computer that housed the fans. Thinking it was a troll, I gave it a shot out of pure frustration. And lo and behold, they purred back to life, and I never had another issue with them for the rest of the time that I owned that computer. Percussion adjustment is a magical tool that works more often than you'd think it would. Percussion adjustment. Knock it till it works. If it takes less than 5 minutes, do it immediately. I do so much less housework on weekends because of this. Edited to add. Thank you for the golds. And the silvers. This is my first gold and I'm stoked it was for this comment. I hope this has helped motivate others who are in the same boat I was a few years ago. Strive for progression, not perfection. The fact that it takes less than 5 minutes is what makes me spend a lot more than 5 minutes on it. Cleaning your house before leaving for more than 5 days. Nothing is better than coming to a clean house. I travel a lot for work and can sometimes be gone for 2 to 3 weeks at a time. There is nothing worse than finally coming home and remembering how bad you left the place. I learned this real quick and make a point to clean up before I leave. Faking confidence to become more confident. Edit. Thanks for the gold and the silver, kind strangers. I 100% agree with this, but where I have seen people go wrong with this is thinking that exuding confidence equals being an asshole. There is a very major distinction between them, monsieur. Unclench your jaw, open your hands, drop your shoulders, and breathe in. I just dropped my phone. Sad face. When you're trying to fall asleep and your mind is racing thinking about a million things at once, making it impossible to fall asleep. Do this. 1. Pick a letter of the alphabet. 2. Count to 8. 3. When you get to 8, think of a word that starts with your letter. 4. Count to 8 again. 5. Think of a different word that starts with that letter. 6. Repeat ad nauseum. You'll distract your brain and bore it to sleep. When I can't sleep, I pick a subject and come up with an example for every letter of the alphabet. Repeat as necessary. Albania, Bahamas, Cambodia, Denmark, England, France, Guyana, etc. Apple, blueberry, cantaloupe, durian, elderberry, fig, grape, etc. Anchovy, barracuda, carp, damselfish, flounder, grouper, etc. Insomnia is a bitch. Edit. Eel. Experience is what you get when you don't get what you want. I thought depression is what you get when you don't get what you want. Practice gratitude. Grateful people are happy people. This includes just saying thank you anytime someone does something. Everyone likes to be acknowledged for something, even if it's something small. And just making other people a little happier makes you happier. And I imagine even just noticing how much others do for you is bound to help. If you have a clogged nose, doing 8 to 10 push-ups will temporarily clear it up. Edit. Hey, thanks for the silver and the gold. Is this just to get me to try to actually do a push-up? Haha, one would assume. But no, it legit works. If you want your nose to not clog ever again, do 100 push UPS, 100 sit UPS, 100 squats, 10 km running, every single day for 3 years, then punch yourself in the face once. Flip a coin and choose the one you're hoping for. I don't even have to flip a coin now and I'm way more decisive. I do this a lot and it works amazingly well. You don't know what you really want unless you're put under pressure. Even if said pressure is as small as a coin flip. By the way, I didn't know what to call it, so I said pressure. Try killing roaches with soapy water in a spray bottle. It sounds useless, but it works better than any insecticide I've ever tried. And it's non-toxic and really easy to clean up. My dad once had a customer in a very run-down apartment complex. He went into a unit that, typically in this apartment building, is crawling with roaches. A little old lady lived there and he didn't notice a single roach. The secret? Boric acid mixed with sweetened condensed milk. Mix until it's dough-like. Stick small balls in places where kids and animals cannot reach. The roaches take it back to their nests and it destroys them all. I grew up in a very old home and I can only recall roaches once. My dad did this trick and I never saw another for about 7 years. Cheap and extremely effective. Edited for spelling it sweet and condensed. Hey, I thought it was funny. A few more edits. Thanks for the precious metals, guys. I'm reading a ton of folks say it works on ants too. Score. Also, yes, you can sprinkle the boric acid. Some are saying borax works too. On the floor, but I like the balls because there's no dealing with a dust layer. To hide them, drop them behind a refrigerator. In a hole under the sink. Above the kitchen cabinet. Is it toxic to kids, pets? I was assuming so. Many say no. But I'd rather just keep them up in a way and not have to find out. Don't need any diarrhea or vomiting in my life at the moment. I have no idea why it works for years. But I'm guessing it's because roaches feed on each other when they die, so the dead ones become poison to the living ones. So the ratio of dead ones continues to increase. Oh, and I'm not a man. Please don't ever delete this because one day if I have roaches I will dig through my saved comments looking for this. Saving in case op deletes his her account and someone finds this on Google in 8 years. Greater than my dad once had a customer in a very run-down apartment complex. He went into a unit that, typically in this apartment building, is crawling with roaches. A little old lady lived there and he didn't notice a single roach. The secret? Boric acid mixed with sweetened condensed milk. Mix until it's dough-like. Stick small balls in places where kids and animals cannot reach. The roaches take it back to their nests and it destroys them all. I grew up in a very old home and I can only recall roaches once. My dad did this trick and I never saw another for about 7 years. Greater than cheap and extremely effective. Greater than edited for something spelled poorly, albeit hilariously. Edit. Got my pronouns mixed up. Sweet, you're my backup now. You can just squirt dishwasher detergent at them, Monsieur kills them instantly. How does it work? Roaches are hardy as fuck and hard to kill. But lots of insects breathe through their skin. Roaches included. Water beads up from surface tension and won't drown them. But detergent has very little surface tension and clogs up their breathing holes. Membranes? Instantly. It's really incredible to watch. Sometimes they don't even squirm, Monsieur. Yep, it seems unreal that it happens so fast, but it does. And I use dishwashing soap. Go to the bathroom first thing after having sex. I suggest walking to the toilet first. Where is the toilet? Usually down the hall, first door on your left. My roommate is now screaming at me for pissing in his room, Monsieur. Why did you lie to me? Marius? I thought we had something special. Asterisk second asterisk door on the left. Bold of you to assume I have sex. Don't half-ass two things. Whole-ass one thing. Pretty much everything Ron says has helped me at one point or another. Directly expressing my needs instead of hinting. That's secret number 1 for a successful, long-lasting marriage. Number 2 is, marriage is work, but it's worth it. Edit. Thanks for all the comments, upvotes, and silver. Asterisk source. Am old, married long time asterisk. One day at a time. It's been helping me stay focused in the now. My grandma, rest her soul, gave me a similar piece of advice, but with a variant. If you feel like you can't survive in a week, focus on getting through one day. One day too much. 1 hour too much. 1 minute. Whatever it takes. If you can survive one, you can survive another. Edit. Reddit Gold. Whoa dude. Really all I can think is Grandma would have been so happy to know that a lesson she taught me is being shared and hopefully heard by so many people. Is your grandma Kimmy Schmidt? That's 24 hours on the crank. That's what she said. Quote, your gums bleed when you floss because you don't floss enough. Turns out if you floss enough, your gums won't be inflamed so they don't bleed when you floss. It's true. Or at least get an electric toothbrush. Source, dental hygienist. Putting cold water on freshly shaved skin will make it so you don't get ingrown hairs. Some of the best advice I've ever received. How is this not common knowledge? I've struggled with ingrown hairs from shaving for years and no one ever recommended this. Not even my doctor. So much aggravation I could have avoided with one tip. It was part of the process when my dad taught me how to shave. 1. Shave immediately after you've come out on the shower. Your pores will be more open. Alternatively, fill the sink up with warm water and splash it on your face. Pat dry. 2. Shave. 3. Wash face with cold water. 4. Moisturize. My dad always told me, ask anyway. The worst they can say is no when buying something or when I needed something from another person. Seemed stupid to ask if I was sure they would say no, but I was also a socially anxious kid. Turns out that advice has helped me with school, with raises, with people in general, with plans with new friends. Another thing, a stupid question is better than a stupid mistake. I wish more folks in college knew this. The whole room doesn't understand something but everyone thinks they will look stupid if they ask a question. Smart people are smart because they sought answers they didn't know. The problem is there are equally popular posts promoting, in some way, the better to be silent and be thought a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt, saying, or something like that. So that doesn't help either. Personally, I'm asking a lot more because it always feels sucky when you don't ask. You'll never know what could have happened. While asking tends to resolve the choice for me, so I'll never go wondering, shit, if I had asked something, maybe something else would be different. Stick to the same sleep schedule on your days off that you follow on days when you have to be somewhere at a specific time, like school or work days. I spent my whole life sleeping until noon on weekends, thinking I was storing sleep in some imaginary sleep bank. I recently started waking up early on weekends, and now I don't have trouble waking up when my alarm goes off during the week. Plus I have all this extra time to do stuff because I'm not sleeping all day. Life is really much easier if you clean your workplace room. I clean my room often and it makes me feel calm and clears my head. Spend an extra $5 to $10 on wiper blades. Rock Auto commonly does closeouts on high-quality wiper blades for like $2 minus $3 a piece. The type you normally pay $20 minus $34. I buy like 5 sets at a time to save on shipping. Spend less than $40 on enough really nice wipers to last me a few years. Edit. I have no affiliation with Rock Auto. Just a customer. Fill your tank all the way up instead of a little at a time. The less fuel in my motorcycle, the easier she'll wheelie. Yeehaw brother. Caveat. If you're broke AF and driving a POS, don't do this. Filling your tank and then having a breakdown does not equal fun times. It's better to lose a second of your life than to lose your life in a second. People on the road need to just slow down a little. It'll save your life. Edit. Thank you for the silvers and gold, kind strangers. And stay off your goddamned phone. Pay bills, save, then spend. In regards to saving, I was always told, pay your bills, pay yourself, then spend. If you feel like quitting, then just tell yourself that the story doesn't end this way. Sounds cliché, but you decide when your story ends when you stop trying. You may fail, but you will not fail today. Don't let the story end this way. Thank you so much for watching and have a good day.